Wobbly! It's Monday! We're just doing sprint planning? I don't know what's after that. Whoa, two.
Yeah, so we've got some DLC stuff this week. We have the Wooloop DLC coming out at the end of the week, so we need to get all the store pitch stuff, all the achievement stuff done for that. And then Coloring Voxels, you're doing the next Gothic DLC, and we'll just carry on doing that.
Yeah, lots of voxels, editor work for me this week. I kind of just want to get it done and sorted. We'll see. That was a noise, wasn't it?
It was nice, yeah.
And yeah, Wooloop. You said Wooloop.
Hexy, lots of Hexy levels.
It's actually that was it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Wooloop coming out on Friday. That's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Okay, so I've been working more on the editor. Let me just show you what I've been up to. So this is the medieval world. It's just pick a level. The church one, just because it's the first on the list. So now it switches from scene view to game view, which is pretty standard, to be honest. It's only our weird config usually that requires both. And now we've got this sort of like free camera which you can look around in. Idea is that you can look around the level, see what's up, what's not. It just sort of helps as well that you can control which layers are visible and things like that. But you can actually go up to a block and you see the cursor changes slightly. You can right click to remove a block, and then if you press middle click, that sort of changes the selected color in the bottom right there. As you see, so selected color is 3. We know it's 3 because we can do that, and it disappears away. And then you can add blocks back in. So this should make editing things much easier, basically skipping out that entire re-importing process. And it also kind of works really well because you can remove layers so easily, which I know is something that you can't do in any of the software that Jack's been working on. So for example here, we'll find out what color the road is, color 10 there, and then there's this little hole here which is actually a little grave that Jack sort of wanted to show off someone digging their way out of the grave in the graveyard. But you can see there's a couple of blocks here that could probably just be dirt, so we'll just quickly fill those in, just to make it look a bit nicer.
Okay, so I've been carrying on with the Gothic DLC today, and I'm making quite good progress on it so far. As you can see, I've done a little bit of a candle image. I haven't drawn a candle in a while for a pixel art pack, but this one's definitely leaning a bit more on the Gothic side, even filled in a Gothic frame there. And overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It's quite a simple image, but it contains, quite a lot of detail, and I think I've kept the colour count quite well down, so hopefully it'll be okay to play. After the bulk of the day, I've actually been working on an image that I wouldn't typically do, which is sort of like a goth girl sort of image. Definitely going for a bit of a fashion look, and I thought this would definitely be the sort of best thing to do. Rob had the idea of maybe making this the icon for the store page rather than the crow, so I'm going to mess around with both styles and see what looks best, but this one definitely took a good portion of the afternoon. I don't typically draw too many people in pixel art, so it was definitely a bit of an experience to try and incorporate all these details and lots of fashion accessories in there. But I think they're pretty well. I'm quite happy with it, so hopefully everyone likes it, and you never know, it might end up on the store page art of the actual pack DLC. So we'll see how it goes. As for now, I'm actually about to jump over to Switch Collection QA, but I did start. I said it did start. That's not really worth showing.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god. It even has a watermark.
That's the beak of a plague doctor, which I'm going to try to keep down to a very minimal colour palette, but I'll do a time lapse when I get round to it, and hopefully it'll look a lot better than just this sort of misshapen triangle.
It's actually Thursday morning, but this is an update for Wednesday. So I was working from home yesterday, that's why there wasn't any update. I also haven't an update the past couple of weeks, just because I've been past couple of days, sorry, not weeks, just because I've been going through Hexseed levels, just sort of plotting on getting through as many as I can. And if you head over to Trello here, you can see I've done the first 50, which is just under the halfway mark. So yeah, pretty good going. As well as that, you can see the actual timings on those cards as well is the 27th. So considering that was finished yesterday, that's 2 days ahead of the schedule ourselves. So that's looking good. Hopefully we'll get it done before the end of next week. I did set, as Ross pointed out, I did incorrectly set the task to finish on the Friday. And that's sort of give myself no contingency. As Rob pointed out, I did scheduled this a bit incorrectly, sort of put the contingency at the front of the planning instead of at the end, which is why I'm ahead of schedule, because the 4th is my last day of work for the next 2 weeks, so I want to get the DLC finished in ahead of time for the release next month. But then of course I've stated these for the 4th, which means, yeah, if I do fall behind, there's going to be an issue with that. So hopefully I'll keep ahead of the schedule like this going forward. I'll be able to get all these done with plenty of time to spare.
Okay, super boring day for me. It's all been tax-based stuff. So with our tax year ending at the end of April, we basically need to get approval or certification that all of our games that we worked on last year are British. So it's not all of them, but basically any game that we started production on last year and any that we finished last year. So that's Skysted Ranch, Coloring Voxels we started in March, so that has to get certified. Skysted Kingdom as well. I know we probably won't be working on it for a while, but we need to get that certified. And what was the last one? Skysted Ranch. Yes, that we released last year, so we need to get that as like a completed certification. So yeah, lots of documents I've been doing. I've just been wrestling with the printer for the past literally half an hour to print off just a few documents. But yeah, I think it should all be done. Basically, Lee needs to make a game design document tomorrow for Coloring Voxels. It should be quite simple. It's quite a simple game. So yeah, and then hopefully on Tuesday we can get all of these documents signed by a solicitor. So they have to fill out all of this. And it's basically just documents saying that all the information is accurate. And then there's another one that we have to get Lee to sign as well, to basically say that, because he writes the game design documents and that's what the games are based off, we need to get one signed by him saying that he is British. Which he is. He's born and bred South Shields, isn't he? But yeah, I'll quickly just swap over to my PC because I actually have some fun stuff to show you that I was working on yesterday. Okay, so yesterday I was working from home, so I didn't do recording, but I basically just spent all of it working on the edit, and I just wanted to sit down and bash it out and get it done. So a few things that we changed to the actual overall world view. So you can see this sort of like this cam and lock green sort of like traffic light system we've got. This is basically showing you the lock is whether or not a localization table has been set for it, just because it's quite easy to just miss this off and forget it. So that's just green to indicate that. And then camera, this is how we're going to do achievements. So basically we're going to write a script that takes a camera position of every world, and then it's going to take a screenshot and it's going to automatically generate the achievement pictures. Because right now, for all of our other games, it's a very manual process, especially for Wooloop. I know, because we have to actually complete the world manually in Wooloop and then take the screenshot and then generate the files. It's a big chunk of work that Lee has to do every week, well, every 2 weeks really. And yeah, I've just been working on a lot more stuff like this. So just on this camera stuff, you can set to view whatever I've set it as before. That'll be the achievement. So we'll take a little snap, then it'll put a little layer on top, a little border, and then we'll be able to upload that to Steam and stuff. But yeah, just a little bit of controls for that. We've got a lot of controls for showing and hiding the various different layers and things like that. We have got, that doesn't look quite right, does it? Uh-oh. We've got this new slider to show which layers are visible. So if I drop this, it will quickly hide and show things that it basically just lets you look inside things a lot more easily. And if we actually back out and go back into the armory, there's a really good example of how this is useful. Yes, okay, yeah. So this level, pretty simple, it's just a few chests and things like that. But if you drop it all the way down, you'll see that it actually starts highlighting some areas where it's detected holes. So wrote a script to basically do like a flood fill from the outskirts, and anything that is an empty block that isn't connected to the outskirts of the level is like classed as a hole. And these are going to be really useful because a lot of the pushbacks that we've had are just unexpected holes in the terrain. So we can easily identify that these are holes. These are obviously intended because they're inside of the chests, but it's just an easy way to identify them, which has been a really good thing. There's a few different controls here to like hide it and stuff, and then add it so that the cutoff is applying and things like that. But yeah, it's just been a lot of work, but I'm glad that it's actually finally something that hopefully Jack can work on next week.
So it's been a bit of an all-rounder sort of day. First thing was getting the Wooloop achievements uploaded and working. So yeah, that was pretty straightforward. I did have to play a couple of levels just to get them checked, but they were working and ready for tomorrow's release, which is good. As well as that, done all the sale announcements because the Steam sale starts in about an hour and a half now actually. So yeah, those are all scheduled to go live. And then finally finishing the day with some bit of a different task. So for Coloring Voxels, obviously can't show most of this detail because it's people's contact details, but when we do our own marketing sort of outreach, we over the years been gathering details on various YouTubers and Twitch streamers who sort of are relevant to our games, and that list is getting quite large. And one of the problems we had last time with Sky's Ranch was that with more people collecting the data, we were getting a lot of duplicates, as well as that inside of OneNote where we were keeping the information. It's very tricky for more people editing at once. So I made a Google Doc here, and what I've done here is set up some rules to check if there's any duplications. So yeah, sort of like a traffic light system where on the left is the names. That's gone green because there's a duplicate of the name, but again people could have the same names. URL's gone yellow because that's more of a chance that it's an actual duplication. And then over here in the email address section, if it's a duplication, it'll go red, highlighting that we shouldn't contact that person twice, and that we've actually accidentally gathered the information twice. So hopefully that will help reduce a bit of human error, and if it doesn't prevent getting duplications, at least it will prevent us contacting the person more than once. So a bit of a change of pace today. So there have been a lot of announcements. Let's jump over to the correct channel here. So yeah, a lot of announcements today. The Hexeed DLC announcement, that has gone out because that DLC is coming out then next month. So that's live, so people can wish list that now. And you can do that too if you're watching this video as it comes out. As well as that the Gothic DLC announcement is live as well. That's coming out in 2 weeks time, so that's competition is running. I think as of this video coming out, yeah, there'll be a week left of the competition too. So if you want to join in, you head over to the competition time. You just press this button here, and then you'll be entered into the prize draw for getting the DLC for free. And as well as that, we have the Wooloop DLC coming out tonight as well. So that's scheduled to come out. Can I see in the bot command center? Yes, we can. So you see in the bot command center, that's scheduled to come out in 5 hours time, and that's going to just automatically announce when the DLC actually goes live at 8 o'clock. But other than that, there is the task that Rob has put forward for me to do this either today or Monday of getting the game document done for Coloring Voxels. Obviously, we've been working on the game for a while now, but in order to get the tax back sort of stuff, Rob was working on that yesterday, doing all the forms, all the boring bits. We do need to have a game design document as well. For some reason, I've sort of worked from the bottom up. I don't know why I've done that, but yeah, I've got the audio details, bits about the art, etc. And I've got the actual main bulk left to do, so you know what the game is and what it's about and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm going to fill this in as much detail as I can, and then Rob can check this when he's back from his little trip to York.
Okay, cool. So I've been hard at work again on the Gothic DLC, and overall it's going really well. I did want to get it wrapped up this week, however, because I had a day off yesterday and I did the stream today, I didn't get it quite finished, but we're pretty much there. And as you can see here, this is one of the favourite ones I've done so far. I really like how this image came out. It's sort of just like Gothic sort of decoration on a wall. I looked at a lot of Gothic decor in a house, and a lot of this was kind of like just a lot of like little icons and little objects like decorated on the wall. And this is sort of like a bunch of things that I found. There's a lot of black roses, a framed moth for some reason, and a skull. I added a few things in as well. I think it looks really cool. It definitely gives off those Gothic vibes. As you can see here as well, I'm working on a new image as well, which is sort of, I don't know how to explain this. It's actually a lot of inspiration. This came from a tattoo. There's quite a lot of tattoos like this. I really like the idea of like this Gothic window, but it's like sort of the window is bleeding outside of the frame. I really like it. It's my own iteration of it, of course, and it's coming out pretty well. It's not done yet. As you can see here, I'm still doing the clouds building around the edge here. I'm filling in the shadows as of the video, but it shouldn't take too much longer. And after that, I'm going to work on a new image, which was actually a suggestion by the Discord, which is sort of like a Gothic marriage, which I think will look pretty good. So after this image, I'll get started on that. Not sure how big it's going to be, but hopefully I can get it done pretty swiftly.
Jack.
Hello.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Rob's in New York.
Yes, Rob's in New York, yeah. It's been quite a chill week for us, but I forgot what I was going to say. by the time this video comes out, it'll be quite a quiet week. I don't think there's any releases this week. But next week, the Gothic DLC will be coming out, and the end of the month, I think there's a Hexseed DLC that you're working on as well, Lee. But as usual, please just check out Coloring Voxels. We're still hard at work on that game, and it's coming out in a couple of months now, so getting pretty close. So please do give the game a go, and please do wish us if you can. But yeah, thank you to all our Discord members, everyone who joined the stream today, and of course our Patreon members too. Have a lovely weekend.